But let's first kind of dive into the best thing that we saw last week. Ashley, I don't know if you want to dive into the first one, the baton attack. Talk to me a little bit about it, the details.
Maybe we shouldn't call it the best thing we saw last week, but something crazy we saw last week. I know I've seen it all over my social media channels, but at the Virginia Indoor State Championships, a runner got hit in the head with a baton as she was trying to pass on the curve, which I don't know if, I've never seen that. I'm sure y'all probably have never seen that either.
A bold strategy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I know we have the video queued up here, so we're going to go take a look at that here in just a second.
Yeah, let's go ahead and play that.
But yeah, as you can see, again, this was at the Virginia Indoor State Championships. You're going to see Kaylin Tucker here is going to pass on the outside, and then right there, she gets struck in the head with the baton. She falls to the ground. Her team does not finish that race, and since then, she's spoken out like, I never got an apology from the coach or the runner. She said she got diagnosed with a concussion, I think a skull fracture as well.
And for the record,
crazy.
For the record, that strategy is strictly off limits.
Yeah. So I guess my question is is this an isolated, I've never seen this before. I think the question is was it intentional or not, which maybe we should or shouldn't be debating. I don't know. What are your all thoughts on this?
She wound it up a little bit.
There is the wind up.
Yeah.
Sure. There was the wind up, but honestly, if we look at the tape, I don't know if she came out and she said she didn't do it intentionally. That wasn't her intent. I think she was tripping a little bit and her arms sort of flailed in the moment and her head ended up being in the way. I don't know if that's what happened, but that could have been a possibility.
You think her head got in the way of a moment of emotion?
Yeah, because she was flailing. I've been in the moment before where someone has passed me last 100 and I scream no. You get emotional in these
adrenaline
races.
rush.
Yes, you get emotional. To my brother, somebody has pulled his jersey back after passing him before. People get emotional in these races.
They say track is a contact sport. I firmly believe that.
It looks like it.
I know, that's right. But yeah, I think it's just crazy that this has gone. Also, too, it's making international news. It was on Good Morning America, of all things. If you Google it, you will pull up a million huge news articles about it, which I guess I never would have thought that this video would have gone that far.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen it, we have the footage. So.
That's right. It was streamed live on MileSplit, so you can go check out the footage on milesplit.com.
Yeah.
We certainly hope she's totally fine and makes a quick recovery and that everything kind of resolves the way it should. But I'm glad. It seems like she's making news appearances and
yeah. Prayers to her for sure. Nonetheless, it's still an injury.
Yeah. There definitely needs to be an apology, though. There needs to be an apology to the girl. A skull fracture,
whether it was intentional or not. You should apologize.
They're definitely, because she didn't finish the race. She was on the track, laid out afterwards. There needs to be an apology for sure.
100%.
Hopefully, I get to her.
Awesome. And then this, not awesome actually, but the next thing that happened is Brayden Williams went 9-9 at Texas A&M, 2.6 wind. Let's play that video. It's really fast. He's a senior in high school right now.
So yeah, this is Williams. He goes to Duncanville High School in Texas. This was at the Blue Bonnet Invitational just over the weekend. You can see him there all the way down at the bottom, and man. And then you see him cross the finish line, and boom, does the look back. I think the thing that's crazy to me is, first off, seeing sub 10 seconds in the 100 at the high school level is very rare. That is a very limited club. But the fact that he did this in March, it was the season opener. It was done on March 8th. For me, I'm like, all right, the sky's the limit for this kid now for the rest of the season. He still has to go through all the UIL rounds to then hopefully compete at the 6A state championship later on. What are y'all's reactions to this?
Outside of the time, he did a little victory lap after. I feel like he has something left inside of him, but that's my initial reaction. The pull away that he had, it's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know sprinting as well, but is that going to mean, do sprinters continue to progress throughout a season at such a rate that if this is where he's starting, it's going to just keep going from?
See, I feel like sprinter, it depends on how you're being trained. Are you trying to peak for something in particular? Because, if you're talking about distance running, your opener may just be a little jog, and then the goal is to continually drop time as you go along. Sprinters, I don't know if it's necessarily always that linear, I guess you would say, but I don't know, Josh, what do you think?
I think it's really just, it's a big testament, just no matter the time that he ran it. Sometimes with sprinting, it's just once you get that time out, that's there. He had that bullet in the chamber. Will he have that bullet ever again this season? Does it really matter? He ran 9.99, and he's the second person in Texas to ever do that in history. The only other person is Matthew Bowling. To be in that sort of sentence, that sort of statement, says what we all need to know about Brayden Williams at this moment. He's going to be at Nike Indoor Nationals running the 60 meter. I'm going to talk about that later, but this kid is he's going far after that performance.
And the fact that he's in company there with Matthew Bowling, I think, is really interesting because Bowling's performance, I feel like, is very infamous in like Texas track history because he did it with like a typical swirling Texas when I think the wind was over
like
4 meters per second or something like that. This was only 2.6. So, I mean, that's a lot closer to that 2.0 allowable limit. So I'm like, don't discount this performance because of the wind.
And to your point, when I first heard that he ran that, I was at a high school track meet in California in Redondo, and I'm all like, oh, someone ran 9.99 in Texas. Oh, the winds were probably crazy.
That was the first question I asked. I said, what's the wind?
What's the wind? Because that's wild doing that early. But 2.6, that definitely is a testament to knowing that like he has the ability to do that. I always hear sprinters saying, if you're able to do that in the wind, even though it may be over that allowable limit, your body still went through that. So he could do it. There's the possibility of him running 9.98 at the end of the season is there. His muscles have been there. He's been to that level. He can do it again.
And I did throw the time in like a wind conversion calculator, and it said it would convert to a 10 flat with 2.0 wind. So
Okay.
Just saying.
Sounds pretty quick to me.
Awesome. And then this last one that we have, Johnny, I don't know if you want to talk to a little bit, but MrBeast, the world's fastest treadmill, had a lot of streamers on there.
Yeah, what's going on? It seems like all these big social media stars are really getting into running these days. But I saw this the other 2 days ago, and yeah, so MrBeast rounds up a lot of his buddies, a lot of the biggest YouTubers in the world, and they get on a big treadmill and last man standing. So they got 9 guys here. And they slowly ratchet the speed up one by one. And we got a bunch.
I would like us to note that Speed, the guy who raced Noah Lyles, is far right in the blue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Kai Cenat right there.
And Logan Paul on the left.
So we got like a WWE superstar and Logan Paul. We got Speed. This is an amazing competition.
This reminds me of like, have you ever seen at different like I think World Major Marathon Expos,
Yeah.
like they have the treadmill, like the huge one set up for people to try to like run as fast as Kipchoge ran in the marathon. And I think it's interesting seeing people trying to hold on at like his 4:20 pace or whatever and like flying off the edge of it.
I gotta give props to some of these YouTubers, man. They're moving by the end of that thing, and I think Logan and Speed like are pretty neck and neck. It was milliseconds, I think, between when they each dropped it. And I also saw the side profile of it, and I mean they are. I don't know what the mile pace would be, but they are like sprinting.
I need them to work on their running form a little bit. It was a little scary to watch. I was like, they might injure something if they go too far.
I think someone did get injured. I'm pretty sure Phantom, a streamer who's on AMP, I seen like a thread of him like hurt after this performance. So like this something is kind of dangerous as well.
Running's a real sport, I swear.
What's going on here? Because like we saw Noah Lyles, I think it was on Kai Cenat or ISO Speed, they did a race. Like
ISO Speed.
ISO Speed, right?
Yeah.
Are YouTubers getting into running now? Is this a cool thing to do, or what do you think's happening?
I think ISO Speed is getting into running. I don't see Kai Cenat, Phantom, any of them really racing anybody, but I do respect that Noah Lyles is always up for a race, no matter who it is, NFL, streamer.
He also said he's making the Olympic team in 28, right?
Who, Speed?
I think he
called
that out.
He also was trying to race Sha'Carri Richardson. We talking a lot about Speed, but Sha'Carri said, I will race Speed once you come and do a workout with me in Florida. So if we can get that stream collab with Sha'Carri and Speed, like track and field may be up. Well, it's already up in 2025, but it may be really up. Like I really think so.
Sha'Carri was like, no gimmicks here. Like, you better train. Like I am going to race someone that's training. So.
Yeah.
She also said I don't race for free, which I respect.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I feel like people would pay to see that too.
I would pay.
My question is though, who between us is gonna win on that treadmill?
Oh,
You put
us. Me.
Yeah,
you put your hand up fast.
I would win. I don't. No disrespect to nobody in this room. I just feel like I'm the only person who's a true sprinter.
Right.
I ran 54 seconds in the 400. I was 14.
we got the same PR at this point.
Okay.
I would argue this was more of an endurance challenge.
Hey, we're on the same page here. That's how I feel. I feel like maybe me and Johnny, the distance athletes can hang on for a little bit.
I'm training for a half. I got a little endurance in me.
Right, you guys. I broke 3 hours in the marathon. Like I could do it all.
Honestly, you got that.
I can do it all.
Yeah, I will admit. I mean, you sprinters building up that endurance side makes you a little more dangerous. That's for sure. Because I know I for one do not have the sprint speed.
I'm ready.
match.
Let's put a pin in this, and we're gonna line up next
Set it
Tuesday,
up.
the meetup.
Yep.
I'll see y'all there.
We'll get the treadmill set up, ready to go.
You can do that one.